Yeah, good evening. Good evening, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Everyone, could you please confirm? Okay, done, guys. So, in the last class, we are discussing about the machine learning, and within the machine learning, we have completed the introduction part, and along with that, we also have covered the linear regression and multiple linear regression. So, now in today's class, we are going to discuss the next topic related to ML, and in this non-linear regression we are going to discuss in detail, and also one of the most important topic which we are going to discuss in the today's class, that is related to overfitting and underfitting problems will be there. What are those? All these things we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, first. Yeah. So, yeah, before continuing further, just please confirm me, guys. Able to see my screen? Okay, done. Done. So in the last class, we are discussing about the regression. So what are the regression project we are having? So this regression project is two types. The first one is simple regression, and second one is multiple regression. These are the two types of regression projects will be there. And in the reality, 90% of the projects would be multiple linear regression, not 90, almost 99% of the projects. 99% of the projects are multiple regression projects. So as we know, what is meant by multiple means, where multiple meaning is more than one input variable, is called as multiple. And what is meant by regression means output is continuous, where output is numerical value. Whatever we have to predict, output is numerical, is called as regression. Multiple means more than one input variable. Okay. So what is simple regression means? In the simple regression, simple, the meaning of simple is exactly one input variable is called as simple, and output is numerical, is called as regression, as we already have discussed. Right? Now, 99% of the cases, we are having multiple regression projects only. Just 1% of the real-time projects would be based on the simple regression. But we require the simple regression in order to understand the multiple regression, because within the multiple regression, okay, what are the multiple input variables are there? So whenever you are applying the multiple regression, that is, let's take an example like this. Okay, let's assume we are having the three input variables, x1, x2, x3, and one output variable. These three of them are called as input. Generally, the input variable will be represented by x. Output will be represented by y. So assume that we are having the three input variables. But here the point why simple regression is important, because in the multiple regression, there is one concept. That concept indicates that how y is related to x1, how y is related to x2, how y is related to x3. Like that, how the output variable is dependent on each and every input variable. Okay, that concept we call it as, that there is one concept is there, and using that concept only we are going to check whether each of them are having the relation or not. And this concept we call it as collinearity, and in the further we'll discuss. As of now, not required. Okay, but we also require the simple regression. In the future, what are the projects we are going to implement in the multiple regression projects, simple regression also will be implemented. Okay, so automatically we require the simple regression. Whether it is simple or multiple, whether you consider it is simple regression or multiple regression, whether it's simple regression projects or multiple regression projects, whether it is simple regression projects or multiple regression projects, for both of them, we are having commonly. We have commonly, we have to apply all algorithms commonly. How many algorithms are there? Every algorithm has to be applied commonly. Whether it is simple also the algorithms is same, multiple also algorithms are same. We have to apply all algorithms commonly. So whatever the algorithms are there, everything we have to apply commonly. Okay, whether it is simple regression project also, we have to apply. First one is called as linear regression. Commonly we have to apply linear regression. Already we have discussed what is linear regression. Second, non-linear. Already we have discussed, but in detail we are going to discuss in today's class. Third, regularization. Third one is regularization. In this regularization only, we are having the lasso regression, which we call it as L1 regression. The name of this one is L1. Second, we have the ridge regression, which we call it as L2. And third one, we are having the elastic net regression. Okay. And it's a combination of L1 and L2. Okay. L1 and L2. So what is this? Today we are going to cover completely. All of them will be completed. Everything will be completed for us. All the algorithms and everything, every logic will be completed for us today. Now, as we know, whatever the algorithm we have applied, whatever the algorithm, okay, whatever the algorithm we apply, our final requirement is, our final requirement or final aim is low RMSE, the model or algorithm which gives the low RMSE. That is only our important. Whether this algorithm you applied or that algorithm you applied, no one will ask. What error you have predicted? How much error you have predicted? The lower the error, the better the algorithm. That is the most important one. Right? Now, so these are the different algorithms which we are having, and our final requirement is low RMSE. Whether you apply linear regression for the given data, whether you apply non-linear regression, whether you apply this one, anything you apply. I will give one data to you. My requirement is future data prediction should be more accurate. What you want to do, you do. In what way you want to do, you do. But my requirement is this. That is the what client will ask for us. Our requirement is what? So as per the client satisfaction, what is the client requirement? Low RMSE, low error. For what low error? Future data. Within the past data, low error everyone will get. Future data also error should be low. So future error should be low means more perfectly if you execute, then future prediction can be more accurate. Right? Now, coming to this elastic net regression. It's a combination of L1 and L2, right? So what are the algorithm you have applied? Our requirement is low RMSE only, right? Now already in the previous class, I have discussed with you the linear regression. Now let us furtherly discuss the non-linear regression. Non-linear regression. As I have told you, linear regression or non-linear regression will be applied on the simple, that is single input variable also it will be applied. At the same time, it will be applied on the multiple also. On the multiple also it will be applied. So first I will cover the simple, later I will cover the multiple. So everyone please make a note of every point what I am discussing. Okay, while listening it would be very easy guys. Online students particularly, of course, everyone are online students only and you are only more number of students are there. Now the point, you have to make a note of each and every point. While listening, remember, machine learning while listening, it will be easy only. Oh, okay, sir is explaining, done. This is okay. But the problem comes after 1 or 2 days. once we forget now at that time. So please make a note of each and every point very clearly. Right? Now, here I'm going to take one input variable and one output variable. For one input variable and one output variable, whatever we are having, okay, simple regression project. Now, everyone please make a note clearly, simple regression. 1 minute. Okay. Done. Now, here, okay, X and Y. Simple regression project. Now, for simple regression project, only one input variable will be there. Forget about the number of rows. Even 10 lakh rows is there also, same logic. Only difference is the processing time increases. Processing time is calculation time. The calculation time will increases, but logic will remain same. Now, first we'll start with the linear. Okay. For linear regression, write clearly for linear regression. What is the equation? Equation is y hat is equal to beta 1 x plus beta naught. That is the equation. Okay. So where you are having the one input variable and one output variable, and this is the linear regression as already we know. Now, when it comes to the non-linear regression, now the data they will give for us only x comma y only, common data. We will create a new column. This is created. We create. We know how to create a new column already because x values are there means simply creating the square of that column. Na? So we are going to create one more column. Now the equation will become like this. Beta 1 x1 square, what are the x square is there, plus beta 2x plus beta naught. So now two columns are there, two input columns along with the output column. So this is linear regression, that is non-linear regression with a degree of 2. Degree 2. This is the equation for the degree of 2. Right. Guys, uh, sorry, in between 1x and 1y, linear regression, where for the linear regression, the equation is equal to y hat is equal to beta 1x plus beta naught. Next, again same x and y, but this time we are going to create a new column called as x square will be created. Now automatically the non-linear regression, what are the non-linear regression is there? Non-linear regression is equal to, what are the non-linear regression? Y hat, the equation is y hat is equal to beta 1 x square plus beta 2x plus beta naught. Now, same data set, x and y, they will give only x and y, but this time we are going to create one more column called as x square along with the x cube. So that here this is degree of 2 only. Now we are going to move on to the degree of 3. So now when degree of 3 was selected, automatically the equation will become. Now how many total columns are there? Input columns? 3 input columns. So beta 1 x cube plus beta 2 x square plus beta 1 x plus beta naught. Now again the same data will be given for us, x and y. Now we are going to create x square column, x cube column, and x to the power of 4 column. Now the equation with the degree of 4. Okay, y is equal to, the y hat is equal to beta 1 x to the power of 4 plus beta 2 x to the power of 3 plus beta 3 x square plus beta 1 x, sorry, beta 4 x plus beta naught. Everyone is clear? Equations. Now the question will come, up to how much we have to try. Degree of 5, degree of 6, degree of 7, even 100 also, degree of 100 also will be there now. How to know up to what degree we have to try, miss? Here degree is not fixed. So whichever the parameter is not fixed, then that particular parameter we have to do the trial and error. Whichever the value is not fixed, we have to do the trial and error. That trial and error concept we call it as tuning. Tuning means trying the different values. So whichever the parameter is not fixed, we have to try. Sir, how to try and how to know, miss? Very simple. First degree of 1. What are the degree of 1 is there? For the degree of 1, we'll calculate the RMSE. What are the RMSE is there? Let us calculate. Assume we got the RMSE as 40. Now let us calculate for the degree of 2. And we got here the 35. Means RMSE decreased, right? So we'll try one more. Now for degree of 3, RMSE is 20. Still decreased. So we'll try this one. Now RMSE is equal to 45. Now what happened? RMSE was increased. Now whenever the movement, the RMSE increases, then this one we have to stop. No need to try for the degree of 5, degree of 6 or degree of 7, anything. So we can stop with the degree of 3 itself. So till the RMSE decreases, we have to increase the degree. Sir, we have to try manually one by one, means no need. For loop is there now. For each value, first you take the degree of 1, range, for I in range of 1 to 10. First, it will take the degree of 1 and it will complete the algorithm. Degree of 2, complete the algorithm. Degree of 3, complete the algorithm. So in the coding, we are going to write the loop. But the concept is, first we have to try with the degree of 1, degree of 2, degree of 3, degree of 4. A non-linear regression with degree of 1 only is called as linear regression. Okay, degree of 1. Non-linear regression starts with the degree of 2. So till how many times we have to try, miss? Till the RMSE decreases. Till the RMSE decreases. The moment the RMSE decreases, we have to increase the degree. For example, whenever the RMSE increases, we have to stop increasing the degree. No more increase. There we have to stop. So like that, we are going to understand up to where we have to apply the degree. Because our ultimate goal is to identify the degree, RMSE lower. Point is clear, everyone? Understood or not? Yes or no? This is non-linear regression for a simple regression project. Means whenever they have given a one single variable, everyone is okay for one single variable. If everyone is okay with one single, miss, I will show for multiple. Everyone please make a note. The equations, I cannot write the equations on the notepad. So please make a note of equations. Remaining things I can write. Rahul, RMSE can be into the negative? No, no. That is not possible. Error square. RMSE full form only square error. Square will never be negative, right? Rahul, in the last class we have seen how to calculate RMSE. RMSE calculation involves what? square. Error can be negative. Square error cannot be negative. Done? Everyone is clear? Everyone, please come for me. Yes or no? Whoever is not clear, please ask. I want whoever it is not clear. Right? Now can I try what the, now tell me beta 0. We need to add 3 times, right? No need. Beta naught will be single one only, na? Intercept will be single. Slopes will be multiple. Already I have discussed in the last class. How to validate the RMSE, not CE, RMSE. Okay, is going. What will be the validation point for this? Obviously, see, first we will take the for I in range of 5. First, let us try with the 5. Range of 1 to 5, starting with the 1. So let us give the degree. D is equal to I. First, and we'll calculate the RMSE. Now, what are the RMSE? It was calculated, RMSE, and we'll append this one into one empty list. This value will append into the one empty list. Now, in the list, what are the values will be there? Degree of 1, degree of 2, degree of 3. So, degree of 1, RMSE value will be there. Degree of 2, RMSE value. Degree of 3, RMSE. Degree of 4, RMSE. Like this, you are going to have the list of values now. Can we see whether it is decreasing or increasing in the list? Yes or no? Yes or no? For degree of 1, what is the RMSE? In the list of values will be there, right? Understood now? Now, what are the list of values are there? Yeah. Understood now? Now, non-linear regression is like multiple linear regression. Exactly. The moment you increase extra one more column, automatically it is equal to multiple now. It is not linear, multiple regression project. So non-linear regression is nothing but equal to multiple linear regression. Means we just increasing the higher degree non-linear regression. Everyone make a note of this. Non-linear regression. What is the meaning of non-linear regression? Means increasing to higher degree of x, and applying linear regression. Obviously, linear regression means multiple only, na? Because once you increase 1 degree also, new column was created means automatically multiple only. So applying the linear regression is called as non-linear regression. Okay, increasing to higher degree of x and applying linear regression is called as non-linear regression. That is the meaning of non-linear regression. Okay, we have to increase the degree. How much we have to increase the degree till the RMSE is lower. Once RMSE increases, we should not increase the degree. We should not increase the degree. Clear? Understood? Nitish, your question is clear? Next, Rohit. What is difference from multiple linear regression to non-linear regression? In the multiple linear regression, you are having the x1, x2. For example, let's give the name of the column name so that you'll understand more clearly. In the project, we are having the TV and the sales. Means how much amount I am spending on the TV spend and sales. Right? Now in the non-linear regression, what happens? Sales will be as is, TV is as is. A new column was created, TV square. It is TV square. But when it comes to the multiple regression, TV, radio, that is another column name. Completely it is another column. Second column name is completely different. And sales. Here TV only, but TV square. See, parameter is same only, na? Understood the difference? Rohit, clear, right? Next, Balaji. The degree cannot be decimal. Integer only. We are having the quadratic equation, cubic equation like this. But we are not having the with decimal equations. Understood? Balaji. Yes. Bharat is asking. Non-linear regressor can be form of log x plus 10 is equal to y. Like that, if you consider the non-linear regression, means then what happens means it is going to be infinite. Infinite number of equations will be formed. Point number 1. There is no restriction in the max. E power x also we can write e power minus x or some 10 to the power of x. So many infinite equations are there, right? That is point number 1. Point number 2 is, so for example, if you are having some data points like this, okay, so we will try to connect either with a straight line. This is one. Second one is we'll connect these data points with a curve line, something like this curve. This curve line only we call it as non-linear, either straight line or curved line. Curved line only we call it as non-linear. Point is clear? Understood? Bharat, your question is clear? Nitish, why you are scaring? It is required. Is it required? Which squaring? Nitish, which one? Error square. X. See, for example, these are the points. First point, second point, third point. I want to combine these 3 points. Now, or fourth point, fifth point. Okay. Now, maximum you are going to get a curve like this, right? This is also a non-linear equation only. It is a non-linear equation basically. Everyone knows this is called as quadratic equation. And what is this equation is called as cubic. And what is this one is called as fourth, x to the power of 4. Sir, how you know this is x to the power of 4? How many curves are there? For example, in this straight line, how many curves are there, guys? Anyone? How many bends are there? How many bends are there? 0. Okay, 0 plus 1 plus 1. So number of bends or curves plus 1 we have to do. So here 0 plus 1 is 1. This is degree of 1. That is nothing but degree of 1. Degree is equal to number of bends plus 1. Now, for example, this line, how many bends are there here? 1 plus 1. What is the degree here? 2. So, quadratic equation will be represented like this. And this one. How many bends are there? This is first one and this is second one. Total 2 bends are there. 2 plus 1. So, This is called as degree of 3. Degree of 3 means cubic curve. Number of bends plus 1 is nothing but degree. Right? Clear, everyone? Next. Srikanth. As I have told you the same question, right? Obviously, Ankit, it is going to be dependent on the outliers. Entire regression project will be highly dependent on the outliers. Because whenever you are having the extreme data or wrong data or something, automatically the entire max calculation will be different. For example, here you are having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. Now, automatically, what is the average volume is? High value will be there, right? Yeah, Ankit. Again, since equations can be infinite, we can say everything in this world is related to some equation. Yes, that equation only we are trying to identify, right? Every data set is commonly related to that. Now, Srikanth is asking one question. How to know? The question is this one. I'm just copying the question of Srikanth here. Okay. How to know which regression? Okay. Which regression we need to apply for the project? That is the question. Guys, others please answer for this question, for the given Srikanth question. Yeah. First, out of these three, first you have to decide simple or multiple, or you have to decide first. How to decide simple or multiple, or how to decide? How to decide simple or multiple, guys? If one input variable is there, means simple. Multiple input variables are there, means single input variable, means this one. Multiple variables means multiple. This is first point. Like this, you are going to decide whether it is simple or multiple. After that, okay, once I concluded it is a simple regression project. Now what to do? Now which algorithm I have to apply? Linear or non-linear? In the non-linear also degree 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 or how to know? Means we have to apply one after one. First you have to decide whether it is a simple or multiple. Later you have to apply the linear with non-linear regressions. Everything you have to apply. By seeing the data, no one in this world can say that this is the best algorithm for the given data. No one can say. Okay. So we have to try the different options. One option will work for one person, one option will work for one person. Like that we have to. Okay. So first, once you have decided, we have to increase the degree till the RMS is lower. Point is clear? Now, after applying the degree of this RMSE, whichever is lower, still, for example, I got the linear regression. First, I applied the linear regression, guys. My RMSE was around 50. I have applied the non-linear regression, degree of 2. Degree of 2. Okay. And my RMSE, what are the RMSE is there? My RMSE is that. My RMSE I got as 30. Okay. I have applied the non-linear regression one more time with a degree of 3. Now suddenly my RMSE was increased. Instead of decreasing, it was increased to some 38. Okay. My RMSE was increased. Now what I am going to do? Should I try for degree of 4? Miss, no need. You no need to try with the degree of 4. Degree of 2 only sufficient. Okay. Degree of 2 is sufficient. Out of these three, this one is best. But how we can know if we apply another algorithm? Separately, if I go with another algorithm, a new one, maybe it may give RMSE less than 30. Who knows? It may give RMSE less than 30, or it may give RMSE more than 30. Anything can be possible. Within these linear and non-linear, I concluded non-linear regression of degree of 2 is best. As of now, I have concluded. Okay, because I have applied only three models. Out of three models, which is best means this is best. When I try with the fourth model, when I try with the fifth one, when I try with the sixth one, when I try with the seventh one, who knows which one will give the best? Or maybe in the future, one of the algorithm may give, a new algorithm may give RMSE of 0. How I can know? Means we have to apply how many algorithms are applicable for the given project. Applying the each and every algorithm only is called as capstone project. It is not single algorithm. How many possibilities are there? Trying each and every possibility to get the best answer. What are the possibilities? Every possibility. So within the given time, for every project timeline will be there now. So within the project timeline, apply all possibilities. How many possibilities are there? How many possibilities are there? Every possibility. Applying all the possibilities to get best accuracy. That is only called as capstone project or end-to-end project, which we have to do in the company. We have to try all the possibilities. So now in my mind, some doubt is there. Whether if I try like this, what happens? If you try, what happens? How much time it will take to try that one? So one algorithm, if you apply one day also, maximum if you apply 10 algorithms also, to complete one algorithm, 8 hours per day, you are working in the company, maximum per day 8 hours. Every day one algorithm only you are applying also, 8 days na? Point is clear? Maximum time is 8 days. If or 10 algorithms are there, 10 days. 10 days maximum. I'm saying the maximum amount of time. So every project will have some timeline. Huh? So within the timeline, we have to try all the possibilities. How many possibilities are there? So every algorithm we have to apply and we have to get the best output. Is the point is clear? Everyone, up to here, everyone is clear? Now, let us try for the multiple regression project non-linear. This is more important, guys. As I've told you, in the reality, multiple regression will be there, right? So let us focus on the multiple regression now. How for multiple regression non-linear will be applicable? Let's see this. Now, non-linear multiple regression equations. That one only. Next one in the order. Balaji. There is no sin x or cos x or something or that is the reason. So we are having the e power log like that in the max. So many will be there, right? So we are not going to consider those because for all the data sets which are commonly applicable, that one only. For one data set, one is applicable, another data set, another thing is applicable means then it is never commonly will be there. Is the point is clear? Understood? Balaji, most importantly, Balaji Satyarajendra, what most importantly, you are writing the infinite bends. Point is okay. But for the given data set, finite points are will there or infinite points will be there for the given data set. Finite or infinite? First tell me this. So finite only, na? So some number is there. So number of records will be there. According to the number of records, number of points are fixed. Now when the number of points are fixed, can't we combine the data points, all of them, with a non-linear? Point is clear? Done. Next, Roshan. Now let us go with the for multi-regression projects, non-linear one. Okay. Now for multi-regression project, I'm going to take two examples. In my first example, I will take x1, x2 and y. This is my first example. I'll start. Okay. I'll show you with one more example also when you are having the 3 columns, 4 columns like that. So first let us understand for the 2 columns. 2 columns, 2 input columns. 2 are different names. Ravi Kiran. For all these algorithms, in the Python, we are already having the inbuilt functions. Just we have to import them. Python code is very simple for all of them. In one shot, you can complete. Right? Done. Now x1, x2 and y. First for this linear regression. What is meant by linear regression, guys? Degree of 1. Linear regression means degree of 1. Tell me the equation. Y hat is equal to beta 1 x1 means for the first column beta 1. For the second column beta 2 x2 and beta naught. Right? This is the equation. Now, they are going to provide me x1, x2 and y. Now what I'll add additionally x1 square, x2 square. These are the two additionally which I'm going to add along with the x1, x2. Sir, why x1, x2? Because these two combination also power 2 now. A plus b whole square where you are having a square, b square and 2ab. ab means power of 2. A plus b whole cube means not only a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b. a square b means square b. Total combination power is 3. Here 3 is there, na? 3, 3, 3, 3. 3ab square. So here also it is 3, a combination of 3. So here you are going to get the 3. So similar way, here also when you are doing the square, okay, you are going to have a combination of x1 and x2 also. Now immediately you'll get a doubt. Sir, if more number of input columns are there, sir, that is second example. Na? First let us complete this example. Don't unnecessarily confuse with the another one. Okay, let us focus on this example only where you are having only 2 input columns. Now what is the equation? In this case, what is the equation? Means beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus beta 3 x square. Which square? x1 square. Sir, now tell me, if for example x1 square is here, followed by x1, followed by x2, followed by x2 square, followed by x1, x2. Now this in this case equation is beta 1 into x1 square. Beta 2 into x1 is there, so x1 only. Whatever the order you are considering here, that order only I have to write in the equation. If you have written the x1 square in the starting means my equation will become x1 square in the starting. So whatever the order of the input columns are there, according to that. Is the point is clear? Whatever the order of input columns is there. The first slope indicates what are the first beta value is there. The first beta value indicates to the first column. Second beta value indicates to the second column. It has to be multiplied with the second column. Third beta value has to be multiplied with the third one value. Like that. So whatever the values you are going to get. Now tell me guys, everyone, okay, don't unnecessarily get confused here. I'll explain with one more. Now, I'll write the column names clearly. TV, radio, newspaper, NP, output is sales. Now, everyone can tell me the equation for this. What is the equation? Y hat is equal to linear regression only, within the linear, not even non-linear, linear only, just linear. Beta 1 into x TV. beta 2 into radio, beta 3 into newspaper plus beta naught. Means whatever the value you are going to get here, that value has to be multiplied with the how much amount of TV spend you have done. Beta 2 value you have to multiply with the radio, beta 3 into newspaper, because you have given to the Python or to the machine as this is x1, this is x2, this is x3. So according to that, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 will be calculated. For example, here I have given to the machine that the column name of this one is radio, this one is TV, newspaper, says. Now what is the equation in this case? Beta 1 into, now also TV, yeah? Now also should I multiply with the TV? What is the column name I have to multiply? Radio. Beta 2 into TV, beta 3 into newspaper, and beta naught. Point is clear? So whatever the order of the equation you are having, first you know how to calculate the beta 1. How to calculate the beta 1? Everyone? How to calculate the beta 1? What is the equation of beta 1? Open in your notes. What is the equation of beta 1? X1 minus x1 bar. X1 bar. So when you are calculating the beta 1, x1 minus x1 bar, that is nothing but TV minus TV square, TV bar. Now here, radio minus radio bar. So when you are doing the radio bar, now what are the beta 1 you are going to get? Automatically it will be related to radio only. Yes or no? Clear? Everyone, please confirm. So when you are giving to the machine, and whenever it is going to do the calculation will be calculated in this way. The beta 1 is equal to sigma of radio minus radio square into says minus says square divided by sigma of radio minus radio square whole square. Like this it will be calculated. So everything is calculated based on the radio, means automatically beta 1 has to be multiplied with the radio only, na? Beta 1, radio is there here. Then what I have to write here? Radio. Here if I consider TV, then here what should be there? TV. In this case, beta 1 is equal to TV sigma of TV minus TV square. Understood? So here what variable name you have considered to calculate this one? Everyone is clear? So don't by heart the equation. Slope into the column name. Slope into column name. Slope into column name. Like that, each column name along with their corresponding slopes plus beta naught, which is intercept. Simple. Whatever the column name is there, what are the column name? The column name may be SRK. Slope into SRK. Column name is Pavan. Slope into Pavan. Column name is Kumar. Slope into Kumar. Plus intercept. Everyone is clear? So don't by heart beta 1 square, 2 square, 3 square like this. Now here you are having the now x1, x2, y. Now x1 square is created, x2 square, x1 into x2. These are the 3 additional columns. Now tell me, total how many input variables are there now? Input variables, how many input variables overall? Total how many input variables? 5. Input variables are 5. Output variable is 1, total 6. Enoch, total 6, input variables are 5. So 5 input variables means how many slopes will be there? How many slopes? 5. How many intercepts? How many intercepts? 1. 5 slopes with 1 intercept. So 1 slope, that is beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4, beta 5 and 1 beta naught. Beta 1 has to be multiplied with what? Which is the first column name, that one. Beta 2 has to be multiplied with the second column name. Beta 3 has to be multiplied with the third input column, that is x1 square. Beta 4 has to be multiplied with the next one. Beta 5 has to be multiplied with the next column name. And commonly beta naught. That is the equation. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Now, same. Now tell me, guys. You have to tell me now. X1, X2, and Y. Same data was given. Now, degree of 3. Degree of 3. 3. Now tell me. Degree of 3 means what will be there? Suresh Babu. What is the use of X1 into X2? Now, tell me, Suresh Babu. For example, if you are spending some money on the TV and some money on the radio, and you have got the highest slope on the TV, means you are investing on the TV, it will give the more sales. Assume that is the out you have observed. Now, instead of that, when you have observed the highest slope on X1 and X2, what is the meaning of that? Means at the same time, whatever you are investing, it is not only an impact on the TV, a combination of TV and radio. Okay, it's a combination of TV and radio. It's a combined variable. So it is not only dependent on a single column, it's a combination of two variables. Point is clear? Yes. Now for degree of 3. Okay. Now degree of 3. What are you going to have? Observe clearly. First, x1 will be cube, x2 cube, x1 square, x2 square. Okay. x1 square into x2. That is a combination of 3 na? A combination of 3. That is x1 square into x2. And x1 square into x2. x1 into x2 square. Is that clear? Everyone? Yes or no? Everyone, could you please confirm? Is that combinations is mandatory? Yes, the combinations will give the, if for example, a combination of two, for example, TV spend and radio spend combinationally will give the more sales. Means, are you going to combine both of them and invest, or you will take only one of them and invest? Leela? Based on the value, right? Based on the value, right? So combinations, sometimes combinations also will give the more value. Yes. See here, Ravi, for degree of 3, first we need to prepare the combinations. So here, first step is create the new columns. Creating these new columns are called as polynomial futures. Polynomial futures. Poly means x to the power of n. means increasing to higher degree. Polynomial futures. Futures means columns. So we are going to create the polynomial futures first. After creating these columns, then we will give this entire data to the machine and we'll apply the regression. Which regression? Linear regression only. So increasing to higher degree and applying the linear regression. So again, we are going this increasing to higher degree like this, we are going to increase, that is polynomial futures. And what are the polynomial futures we have increased? Again, we are going to give to the linear regression. That is nothing but for each of them, one slope will be selected for each column plus beta naught. Is that clear? Yes or no? Okay, done. Same question. We have to consider x1 and x2 square y for degree of 3. Yes. Now, see, earlier can you open the simple regression degree of 3 equation? Open the degree of 3 equation in the simple regression. Simple regression. Could you open that once? In that x cube, x square, x, three of them are there or only x cube and x is there? Venugopal. Simple regression with a degree of 3. Simple regression with a degree of 4 open. Equation of simple regression with a degree of 4. X power 4, x cube, x square, x1 means degree of 3 commonly is available plus additionally you have got the degree of 4. Up to observe clearly in the degree of 1 whatever is there, in the degree of 2 everything will be available, extra degree of 2 also will be there. In degree of 3 everything of degree of 2 will be available, additional 3 will be there. Understood? Everything of 3 should be there. Up to for degree of 4 everything of 3 should be there, additional 4 also has to be added. Everything of 3 has to be there as it is, up to 3 common, additional 4 has to be added. Point is clear? Venugopal, is your question is clear? For degree of 2, for degree of 3, everything of 2 should be there. In the 2, whatever you have considered, every column of 2 should be there. Now every possibility of 3 also has to be added. Right? Done? Now tell me guys. Now you have to tell me for this. Finally. x1, x2, x3, y. First degree of 1. Tell me the equation for degree of 1. Degree of 1. Everyone, fast. Y hat is equal to beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 plus beta 3 x3 plus beta naught. Now tell me same thing for the 2. 2 means 1 should be included as it is, means these 3 has to be there as it is. Along with that, now combination of 2 you have to add. You cannot change the 1. 1 should be as it is. 1 should be as it is. Keep as it is of 1. Now bring the possibilities of 2. What are the possibilities of 2 are there? Tell me. x1 square is the first possibility. Next, x2 square. Next, x3 square. Only these are possibilities. Any other possibilities are there? Anyone? Still any possibilities? What are the other possibilities? Tell me other possibilities of 2. What are the other possibilities? X1, X2, perfect. X1, X3, next. X2, X3. This is also 2 power 2 on na? So, X1, X2 plus X2, X3 plus X3, X1 plus beta naught. Okay, so obviously beta 4, beta 5, beta 6, beta 7, beta 8, and beta 9. So up to here, common degree of 1. These are all related to degree of 2 plus beta naught. Everyone is clear? Now for degree of 3, for degree of 3, all these 9 will be common. Up to here, common, no difference. Additional 3 should be added. Now, what are the possibilities of 3 are there? Everything has to be added. Now, tell me guys, as degree increases, number of slopes increases or decreases? As degree increases. Right? Now, as the degree increases, slopes increases. Number of slopes increases means number of columns increases, literally. As degree increases, as degree increases, the number of, what are the number of columns are there? The number of columns increases. And the equation, as degree increases, the equation becomes, what are the equation is there? The equation becomes more complex because columns increases now, automatically equation become more complex. That is the problem with the nonlinear regression. Problem with nonlinear regression. As the degree increases, the equation becomes more complex because number of columns increases, slopes will increase. Clear guys? Understood? That is the problem with the nonlinear regression. Right? Yes, absolutely. RD, please note it down. Everyone, please make a note. When you are having the three input columns, when you are having the 3 input columns, now for degree of 1, for degree of 2, everyone please make a note. Now logic is clear for everyone? For 3, what happens now? Up to 2, how many are there? Already 9 are there up to 2. As it is will be there 9. Along with this, additional will be added. Now, with the degree of 3, what is the additional will be added? X1 cube will be added. X2 cube will be added. X3 cube will be added. Next, X1 square into X2. Because this is also degree 3 na, will be added. X1 square into X3. This will be added. Next, X2 square into X3 will be added. X2 square into X1 will be added. X3 square into X1. X3 square into X2. X1, X2, X3. Now total how many will be added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Already 9 is there. 9 plus 10. 9 plus 10 total how many? 19 columns will be created overall. point is clear? Yes or no? How many columns? 19 columns will be created. Everyone, please make a note of this one. I want this one also, everyone in their notes, because in tomorrow's project, what I'm going to use, then I'll ask this question to you. So up to degree of 2, up to here will be added. Degree of 1 consists of 3 columns. Degree, number of columns. Degree of 1, 3 columns are there. With degree of 2, 3 plus 3 plus 3, total 9 columns. With a degree of 2, total number of 9 columns. With a degree of 3, you got 19 columns. Is the point is clear? Yes. As the degree increases, number of columns increases. As the number of columns increases, number of slopes increases, and the equation become more complex. Then how to reduce this problem? That is the next concept which they came with the solution called as regularization. This is the concept which they have invented due to this problem only. Now, next we are going to move on to this one. Now, everyone is clear with what are we are discussing? Yes or no? If anyone has any questions, please ask. Anusha, that we'll discuss in the further. Here it is not applicable. Whatever you're asking the vectorization that is related to text data. I'm discussing structured data. Anusha. Text data is different. Structured data is different. Structured means which is in the tabular format. For tabular format, vectorization will not be there. Text data means you are seeing in the textbooks or in the some other YouTube videos or something related to, maybe you have typed the generative AI, some videos you may type, or some textbooks you may check for generative AI PDFs or something. All of them will focus on the text. But here it is machine learning, where we are particularly focusing on the structured data. Hinok, the problem with non-linear regression, the equation is linear, right? No. Equation wise, you are saying degree wise. Degree. Non-linear means degree. Degree. What is the x to the power of degree? X power 1 is called as linear. X power n is called as polynomial. Non-linear regression, another name of non-linear regression is polynomial regression. The another name of non-linear regression is polynomial regression. Poly means x to the power of n. Degree increases. Right? Everyone, clear now? Now let us move on to the next topic. If you are having any questions, please ask. If no questions only, I will move on to the next topic. Now, what are the topics I am discussing? All these topics in one shot, we will do the project. Yes, when the degree is more than 1. Leela, don't just write only more than 1 degree. Use that word degree. Degree more than 1. More than 1 means input variable more than 1. There is multiple ways, right? Just use that word degree. Degree more than 1 is called as poly. Any degree more than 1. Okay. Now let us move on to the next one. Anyone has any questions till now? Now I have to explain for you the next concept, regularization means. Here I have to explain in between one more concept called as bias variance ratio, bias variance trade-off. What is meant by bias variance means, which is called as underfitting or overfitting problem. So to understand that, I required the train test split. So here first I'll explain for you the train test split. What is meant by train test split means divide the data into training and testing. First I'll explain this. After that, I will explain for you the bias variance. The concept name is called as bias variance trade-off, or which is also called as underfitting and overfitting. Underfitting and overfitting problem. This is my second one, which I'm going to discuss with you. And third one is, then I will explain for you the regularization. These are the three concepts which we have to discuss. Otherwise, you will not understand regularization. Okay, so first I'll explain this, followed by this, followed by this. Right? Now, first we'll start with the train test split. So since these are all having the PPTs or notes with me, so I'm going to use the PPTs and I'll share the same PPTs for you. Okay, every PPT is available for me. So I'm going to use. So whichever I'm writing on the notepad, that is not available, but whichever I'm using the PPTs, everything is available. Right? Now, so within this first one is train test split. Yeah. Before moving on to the further, let us have a 5 minute break. A 5 minutes break, and from let's have 5 minutes break. Okay. Just 5 minutes break, guys. Please make sure that you are back in 5 minutes. A 5 minute break. Yeah, done, guys. Everyone are back. Can we start? Done. Now, so some of you might be familiar with the train test split and this one. For other batch students, you might be familiar with these two topics. But one of the batch that is morning 7:30 a.m. batch, they don't know what is train test split, and at the same time, they don't know what is this. So for those students, I'm explaining clearly these two concepts. Okay. Now, which of the student is already familiar with these two concepts? Just have a revision and have a just an idea. But the morning 7:30 a.m. batch, please make a note of clearly step by step. Okay. At the same time, the same PPT. What are the PPT I'm using here now? PPT will be shared to you in your Google Drive. Okay, for all the three batches, immediately the moment of the class is completed, I will upload now itself. Okay, at the end of the class itself, I will upload. Now, first let me complete these two topics. Then I will move on to the third topic also today itself. Okay, total three topics we are going to cover in the next few minutes. Now, first let us start with the train test split. Now, what is train test split? So now when it comes to the train test split, the model evaluation. So here, first we are going to have the train test split. Why we have to do the train test split? Okay. Yeah. Sai Kiran. Yes. It is hi. It is Sivaram Krishna Jana and Agentic AI course. Yes. Sai Kiran. Yes. Okay. Now you are looking yeah, Sai Kiran. We will discuss at the end. Done. I will discuss with you at the end. Okay. Now, coming to this, guys. So, train test split on the same data. Sorry, not split. Train and test on the same data. Okay. At the same time, train test split. Right. Now, here, train and test on the same data and train and test split. Whatever we are having, these are the two things. Sai Kiran, can we discuss at the end? You have to hold for another 1 hour. After that, we'll discuss. Right? I'm in between of the class. I can't unmute you or I can't discuss with you whenever you're interested. Whatever it is, whatever it is, I'll discuss with you at the end. Right? What are the reason? Just I will give the option to unmute, or you can ask about the unrelevant questions other than subject what we are discussing today. Anything only at the end, not in between. Because as of now, along with you, 110 students are there. Right? I can't ignore these 110 students and I can't discuss with you, right? Simple. Done. Now, so here, this model evaluation approaches, one is train and testing on the same data, one is train test split. So now, in this case, okay, here if you take one data, so whatever the data was given to us, this entire data give to the mission as it is. Entire data give to the mission as it is. And the mission, what are the mission is there? The mission will apply the algorithm. Mission applying the algorithm is apply the max. So applying the max on entire data, and it will calculate one equation, which is the best equation. Now you give in this sum of them to the model and ask to predict. It will predict the values. Now these values will be very close to the original data, and you are going to compare, which we call it as evaluation. One is y and second one is y hat. Now we are going to calculate the, now in this case, the entire data, whatever the number of records are there, the entire records you have used for the training. In this, some of the records you are using for the testing. Now in this case, what happens means you are going to get the high train accuracy, low out of sample accuracy. Means whenever you try on the new one, you automatically you will get the low accuracy. Now to understand this logic, I will explain with a simple example. Okay, it is not having the relation here, but simple example to understand. But it is having more importance. In the reality, okay, everyone knows commonly. In the reality, the degree, okay, some people will complete the degree from the premium institutes like IIT, NIT, BITS or something, okay, institutes. And some students will complete the from the normal institutes, I mean normal degree colleges or engineering colleges. What are the degree or engineering colleges? Normal. Okay, so some students will complete from the premium institutes in India. In India, particularly IIT, premium institutes are IIT or NIT or BITS or something. These are the premium institutes in India, within the India. Okay, example wise, etc. Multiple are there. In every state also some top colleges will be there. At the same time, in the state, 100 colleges or 200 colleges are there also. Top 10 will be only 10 only, na? Remaining of them are normal colleges only. 10 colleges are in every state, top 10 are different, remaining are different. Now assume Infosys is a company name. And this Infosys, what are the Infosys is that? Infosys has went for the campus placement. Okay, in the campus placement. Now when it goes to the campus placement, okay, now in the IIT or NIT or top premium colleges, the package they are going to offer is 8 lakhs or something. And when the same Infosys will go to the normal institutes, they will give the package of 3 to 3.5 lakhs. Now, anyone in this class can tell me what is the difference? Why they are showing that much of difference? Here it is BTech only, common. BTech only, guys. There is no difference in the degree, BTech only. In the both of them, CSE only. Whether it is premium institute also, whether it is normal institute also, I am discussing about the CSE students only. At the same time, everyone are freshers only. In the college campus placement, only freshers will be there, right? Experienced people will not sit in the college degree students. Now, obviously, they are freshers. So in IIT also they are fresher. In normal institute also they are fresher. In IIT also CSE only. In normal institute also CSE only. Here also BTech only. Here also BTech only. Then same company na. Did I written any Google or sir here Google is coming, here Infosys is coming? No, na. Same Infosys. Same Infosys. Same Infosys, guys. Now why? What is the reason? Anyone? Hmm. Hmm. First, Ankit, it's just a luxury, a face value, won't last forever. Okay. Next, brand. Next, quality of talent pool. Okay. Next, next, next. Right? Now, this is your feeling, na? Now I will tell you. Right? Now, actual point I will tell you. It is not name and fame. It is not something else. It is, many people will think that first point in IITs or NITs. Okay, here talented students are there. Okay, in the premium institutes, talented students are there. First, second, they are having the high knowledge. High knowledge. Third, knowledge means talent, their talent or something. and their labs or something, and professors also very high, all these things, right? This is from everyone's perspective. This is from everyone's perspective, point of view, from everyone point of view. But what is actual reason is, this is not the actual reason. This is not only actual reason. First, actual reason is this one. Okay. So, because as a student of, I'm the student of BITS. Okay. And at the same time, I'm the student of normal college also, where I completed my master's here, my MTech, that is ME. Okay. And where I have completed my BTech from a normal college. Okay. Now I am having the experience with the BITS as my master's I have completed from BITS. Okay. Apart from this, I have done the, what are the AI, data science and AI is there. This I have done from the IIT Madras. Okay. And apart from this, I have done my data science from IIM Raipur. So from premium institutes, I'm having the degrees. At the same time, I have done the BTech also. Now, everyone are thinking that this is something different, but actual matter is not that. And the companies also will not see that. Basically, here actual reason is here I will tell you. What happens in the local or normal institutes and what happens in the premium institutes. The difference is this one. Whether you'll accept or not, I don't know. And at the end, I'll ask this question and let me see the count of how many students will accept what I am saying, how many students will not accept what I am saying. Let's see the count at the end. First, let me complete my end. Later, I'll ask you the count, whether it is true or false. And we'll see the discussion on that. Now, in the normal institutes, okay, whatever the training will be done. First training means in class. In class, something will be done. Right? Now, after in-class training was completed, okay, in-class training was completed. After this, whenever there is an exam, test is there. Here in the normal institutes, we require the first one is important questions. Important questions means from the exam point of view, because we are targeting exam only, na? Exam point of view, we don't want knowledge. Exam point of view, exam in that how many marks? Exam. Our target is what? Exam, CGPA. Knowledge is not an important point. Knowledge means entire textbook we have to prepare, right? Exam is certain. For example, some people will prepare from career point of view. Career point of view means entire ML they will learn. Entire ML, entire AI. Some people, sir, could you share the interview questions, sir? Why interview questions I have to share? Because you have to crack the interview. Interview is your target. Your target is not career. Your target is not in the next 4 years how to get the highest package in the industry or something. Your target is what? Temporarily to pass in the interview and how to get into the step in. Later we'll see next one. First target is only interview. So they'll ask the interview questions. Okay, important questions. Second, they expect questions exactly what we discussed in the class. Expect questions what discussed in class only. For example, any new question which was not discussed in the class, in the question paper, any new question is there. Any new question in question paper. In question paper, if you say any new question means it is called as out of syllabus. Automatically. Exactly same question in the class they have to explain and they have to give a question answer and answer means literally we have to by heart them and we have to go to the exam hall and we have to write that one, right? Exactly, right? Next one. So here any new question comes in the question paper means literally we say it is out of syllabus, question paper is faced, this one is faced, that one is faced. Application we don't want. If any topic sir says means exactly same thing should be there. Application of that, if you give, sir, for example, in the class, sir has explained one project for us. In the exam also, same project should be there. New project comes, miss, sir, you have not explained, sir. This project you have not explained. Array, how many projects will explain? Concept will explain. Infinite projects will be there. Infinite examples will be there. Concept will be one only. So in the question paper, any application is there, miss? No. As it is should be there. Testing has to be done what you have explained in the class. And that too, in the choice, we will lose some of the topics. Entire syllabus will prepare, miss? No. We will prepare only out of choices, miss, we will prepare 80%. In this 80%, again, if you get the CGPA of 80 also, miss 80 into 80, miss 60% is your actual content. If you get the CGPA of 8 also, 8 into total how much content? 80% of the content, because remaining things you have left in the choice, right? Already. Now 80 into 80%, 80% means 0.8. So once you multiply, how much percentage is actual value? 64% is the actual value. Now, next. So here choices we require. We require the choice. For example, they have not given the choice. Write every question means no. Choice is required. Either or we required, or at least out of 10 we required only 5 or 6. These many conditions are there to test ourselves. And most importantly, what discussed in the class, that one only you have class. You should not ask new question also. What discussed in class. This is main important. How many mains are there? That many mains are important. What discussed in the class, you have to ask in that only. You can't ask one question out of also. You can't change the example also. Exactly the same example you have to replicate in the question paper. Then only I will write. Otherwise, no. Now in this case, what happens means, in the colleges, the marks will be very high. CGPS will be 8, 8.5, 9 also will be there. Marks will be high because important questions we have discussed. And that too, whatever was explained in the class only. If possible, we require the notes also. And in that notes also, page numbers also we require sometimes. Sir, which page? From where to where? This point to this point. That one also important. Now, what we are going to do with all these things? What discussed in the class as it is, with important questions plus notes. Notes are also textbook we don't want. Perfect notes, that 2 page numbers. What is the starting page to where to we have to prepare. Right? Now in this case, what happens? Marks will be very high. CGPA will be very high. But interview is 0. Once you come out of that, because outside in the interview, they will never ask what was discussed in the college. They will ask applications. Now what happens? Interview is 0. Means fail in the interview. Why? CGPA is 8.6. 8.6 CGPA will be there. But interview will be failed. Suddenly, how it is possible? If you are getting very low CGPA in the college, means okay, you are failing, means accepted it to some extent. Very high CGPAs will be there in the college, but in the reality, failures will be there. How it is possible? 8.6 CGPA means good knowledge or bad knowledge? Why this person will fail in the interview? Point is clear? This is which we call it as train and test on the same data. So when you train and test on the same data, whatever you have discussed in the class, if you ask the question, Lilliput also will answer the given question. LKG student also will answer if he by hearts. One day before, one night before he by hearts, everything miss. One night batting he does miss, everything he will also answer. Right? LKG student also will answer. By heart today night, completely we wake up today night and by heart this one. Next day morning, write in the exam is LKG student also will write. Logic, how many will apply? Filling the pages are important, filling the brain is important. Point is clear? This is the problem in the normal institute, guys. Okay. Same logic as it is called as, whatever I have explained for you right now is called as train and test on same data. This logic is called as train and test on the same data. When you do this one in your real life, what happens, miss? In class, accuracy will be high. In class, when you are doing this one, in class, accuracy will be high. Accuracy or marks, which we call it as accuracy or example wise marks. Marks will be high in this case. And out of class, once you come out of the class, marks will be low. Once you come out of the college, nothing will be there. Accuracy is low. Accuracy, or which we call it as marks, is low. This is the problem on the train test on the same data. Never we have to do this. Okay. Now, these HRs are there, who are the HRs? HRs has got the experience. Okay. The HRs has got the experience by doing the multiple people interview in the reality. And they have observed clearly that these people will prepare exactly what notes was shared one day before to them. And from that, they concluded, okay, these people are trained like this. And for them, this is the package. And they have decided like that. Now, that is the reason in normal institutes also, some people will be there. They will not focus on these part. They'll focus on the applications. Different questions they will try. And new questions they will try. And for those people, high packages are there in the market. Point is now coming to the next one, which is called as premium institutes. Okay. Everyone will think that their slabs are very high, equipment is high, explanation is very high, nothing is high. Okay, everything is same only. Their mindset is different. Their training is same only. The same notes. Training will be done as it is. For example, if I am explaining for you in Naresh IT, attend my class in next month. I am going to take the class in the IIT Bangalore, upgrade. Sunday, class is there by me. Regression only. Attend there. I will explain the same way. There also I will explain the same way. If you are interested, you can attend. Okay, as it is, I will only explain. That two same example I will explain. That two same notepad I will write and I will explain. But only thing is, after the class, what are the class after this was completed? Now, when they are going to practice, they will not only practice on whatever was discussed, they will also add additional to this new projects. They will add the new data sets. What are the data sets? Sir, where we can get that one? Don't ask the question where we can get. I will only share. But I require is practice. How many people will practice? I will share. 110 students are there now in this class. For all these 110 students, I will share the data sets. Don't worry about the data sets. I will upload them in the Google Drive. But how many will really do? That is the point now. How many will apply on the new data sets which are not discussed in the class? That is the actual point. Getting the data is not the actual point. How many will do after getting the data? That is point to be underlined. Right? I will share the data sets. A new data sets I will share. But this was not discussed in the class, sir. So I will not do. I'm not having the time. This one is not there. That one is not there. Reasons. Who asked the reasons? Have you completed or not? That is the point. Now, whenever you try on the new data sets, you will get the new problems. Then you will start understanding the more subject. The more number of new data sets you practice, new data sets are nothing but applications. This is completely application based. For us in the bits, they'll never give the important questions. First point, they will not give the important questions only for us. They will not even say this is the material or this is the textbook name also for us. We have to go to the library and we have to identify for the given topic what are the books are there. Okay, how many of you are from Premium Institute? I don't know, but to my knowledge, I'm saying what happened in my case, I'm explaining to you guys. First topic wise, they will never share this is the textbook name only, they will not tell. As a reference, they'll tell you, but never they'll say that in this textbook only, in this only you'll get the questions. Never they'll say. Because if they say like that, in the real time in the interview, do you think that the person will ask from the same textbook or same thing? Here, the most important thing is concepts are fixed. And with that concepts, anything can be there. Point is clear? So in this case, how much train accuracy is there? Similar kind of test accuracy also will be remain same. In the class, in class accuracy, how much you are having here? When you come out of, so when they keep the questions na exam, here also exams will be conducted, final exams and everything, question paper. In this question paper, how many discussed in class is there? Some questions will be which are in class. At the same time, some questions which are not discussed in the class. We'll have both the questions, but we cannot say that those are called as out of syllabus. Both will be there. This is application oriented question papers. The testing will be done on the application point. That is majorly. The training is different. Not training by the professor. Training of the student is different. Okay. So this concept only is called as train test split, guys. This concept which I'm explaining now, how it is related to us, miss, this is not out of the syllabus or something. Out of topic I'm not discussing. This is only what we require. Train test split. Means what are the data you are having with you? Split the data into two parts first. Split the data into two parts. The first one is called as train. Second one is called as test. Whatever you are using for training, don't use for the testing. Separately you check. At the same time, in the class, some questions you have to ask. Both you have to do. Testing has to be done both on the class and some new questions. Some new questions also has to be done. In class questions also has to be done. Both. Testing has to be done on the both. Training has to be applied on one miss. Testing has to be done on the both. In class plus new questions. Both should be mixed. Both of them. Now in this case, so what are the train accuracy? That is the same point here. The entire data if you are using for training, in this data only if you are testing, accuracy wise you will get very high. Where? In class. But when you go out of the sample, means when you go to the real interview, there you will fail. Because you are not tested on the new things. Whatever was discussed in the class only testing was done. But in the real interview, new things will be there completely. Exclusively new things means no. In the class, some topics, whatever we have discussed, as this same questions will come. At the same time, new questions also will come in the real interviews. Point is clear, guys. Understood? Yes or no? Right? Now tell me. According to you, you tell me now. Whatever I have told is true or false? How many are going with the true? Now tell me how many wants the interview questions from each topic. How many are expecting from me the interview questions? One day before sharing the interview question and answer PDF. How many are expecting from me now? Now tell me. Is the point is clear? At the same time, if you are writing my projects as your projects in the resume, you are going to face the problem. For me, no problem. Enjoy. Write my projects as your projects in your resume. Enjoy. Resume will be completed. Interview only will not be completed. Is the point is clear? Now this is the problem. So never test on the same data what you have trained. Never test like that. So here, in this case, it is going to be a problem. So first entire data, what are the data was given to you, the entire data divide into two parts. First divide. So right here, step by step notes. So whatever you have to do is train, test, split notes. Write the notes clearly. Train, test, split notes. So divide the data. What are the data is there? Divide the data into two parts. What are the two parts? First one is called as train data. Second one is called as test data. Divide into two parts like this, train data and test data. After dividing the train data and test data into two parts, once you have divided the train data and test data, now train data should consist of how much? How much percent of data? Means 70% to 80% is the maximum. Minimum 70, maximum 80. That is the train data. Okay, 70 to 80. Okay, and here when you are trying to divide the data into two parts, okay, how to divide? Means for non-sequential data, means where the order of the records are not important. For non-sequential data, random split has to be done randomly. Randomly select the records. Pure random. Randomly select records. For sequential data, whenever you are applying the sequential data, then consider order of the records are important. Na? First 80% of the data as train. First in the sequential order, first 80% of the data. Next 20% for testing. In the order, because order of the records are important. We can't take randomly. So for sequential data, one way. For non-sequential data, one way. Is that clear? Everyone? Randomly select the data. Okay. Now, how to select the number of records? Number of trained records is equal to, the formula for number of trained records is equal to 0.8 into total number of records. How many number of records they have given? Total number of records. 0.8 into number of records. So maximum is 80%. Generally, we'll consider 80%. So round figure of this. For example, they have given 110. 110 into 0.8. 110 into 0.8 means 88. So just apply the round function. Round number. Similarly, number of test records. Number of test records is equal to round of 0.2 into number of test records. Number of records, 0.2. So 80% for this and this one. Right? Yeah. Now, so here it is randomly. It is treated randomly. Randomly selecting the data. Okay. Now, when you select the data randomly like this, so part of the data was used for training and part of the data was used for testing. So this is used for fit on data. Fit means calculation. The entire calculation, the beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, like this, what are the slopes and intercepts are there? Na? The slopes and intercepts, everything has to be calculated only on the trained data. Means the equation formulation. First, take the trained data. What are the trained data is there? Take the trained data and calculate the slopes. What are the slopes are there? Slopes, that is betas, and intercept values. and what are the intercept values are there. Calculate the slopes and intercept both based on the trained data. Based on trained data only. Only trained data. You should not include the test data in that. Not even one record you have to include. So everything has to be calculated on the trained data. So literally create the model or create the equation. Sorry, not create the equation. Identify the equation. What are the equation is there? The equation. Identify the equation with trained data. Using the trained data. So your entire equation has to be calculated only using the trained data. Equation calculation means in the equation beta 1, beta 2 only. Na? Remaining are column names. X1, X2, X3 are column names. If TV is there means TV we have to write. That we cannot do anything. Okay, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 only calculation will be done. So the entire equation has to be calculated using the trained data. Once trained data calculation and equation was ready, everything is ready. Now evaluate on trained data and also evaluate on test data. Sir, how to evaluate on the test data, sir? For example, whatever I am explaining for you, I will explain the class 1 project. After this class, you have to apply the same logic on the new data set, na? Which was not explained for me, which was not explained by me. A new data set, you have to work. Which was not explained by me, you have to work. Because what are the concept I have explained here? This is explanation. My part is completed. Whatever I have explained, you have to work on the same thing after the class, that we call it as revision, and understand the concept. At the same time, you have to apply. So after the class, what you have to do? Revision you have to do. At the same time, you have to apply on the new data set also. Both you have to do. Sir, revision is okay, but application is not okay, miss? Problem. Sir, application is okay, but what you have explained in the class, miss? Problem. Both of them has to match. That one and this one, both of them has to match. So evaluate on the trained data, evaluate on the test data. Both you have to evaluate. So if you evaluate on the test data, because machine doesn't know test data now. Sir, why machine doesn't know? Because in calculation you have not involved test data, right? So when you have not involved in the test data anything, then how the machine knows that there is some other data also? They don't know now. This data, similarly, future data also will be there. Future data also machine don't know. Future data, how machine knows? We only don't know future what data will come. How machine will know? Point is clear? Everyone. So now whatever you have done the evaluation on the test data, it is equal to literally future data, because machine doesn't know this data, machine doesn't know future data also. Both the machine doesn't know. Now in this case, what happens? If you are able to do the performance on the other data sets after the class, and if you are getting a very good accuracy on other data sets, what happens in the company? Now tell me, what happens? What are the concepts of regression I have explained for you by taking one project in the class? One project will be completed by me in the class. But after the class, you are trying on the new data and you have successfully executed that one also. Now what happens in this case? Once you join in the company, there also it is a new data for you, same as in the class, how you have worked for the new data. In the company also it is new data. For you, no difference will be there. Point is clear? Means your performance out of sample will be high. Clear guys? Understood? So in this case, again predicted values will be there, actual values will be there. Now the only advantage you are going to get, mutually exclusive. What is meant by mutually exclusive is what are the data you are using for training? Testing is different records. Training and testing are different records, mutually exclusive. More accurate evaluation on the out of sample. So in the out of sample, how you are going to perform, I have to understand means I have to ask some questions which are not discussed in the class. Whether in the real interview you will perform good or not, whether in the real in the company, whether you can complete the regression project or not, means prove here by taking one new data set and show that, okay, I have completed this one. Here, if you can show something on the new data set, means there also you can work. Here only you are not able to work, means in the company, how you can work? Everyone is clear? Trying to split? Understand the importance? Here, some of you have felt I have went in the out of topic now. Now you'll understand the importance in what way we have to prepare and what way we have to get tested and for which one will have the real importance. Now it is clear for everyone. So this is not having any usage. Who are doing this one? Remember, you will never be fitted as a ML engineer or AI engineer in the future also. Mark my words. Who are just practicing what are my notes and just they are checking themselves and they are keeping as is my projects. Remember, in your entire lifetime, you will never become the ML and AI engineer. 100% from my end. Whether you take it in a positive way or negative way, that is your choice, your individual choice. But based on my experience, I'm saying. Because in the real life, what happens means every data set will have a different problems. In every data set will not have the outlier. In every data set will not have this one. Behavior pattern will be different of the different data sets. We have to adjust according to that. Clear, guys? Leela, you mean your notes is not sufficient? My notes is sufficient for the concepts. Examples, you require more. I will explain the concepts. With that concepts, multiple projects can be done. Regression means not only the project which I will explain in the class, that is the only project in the entire world. No, right? Multiple projects are there. Na? Multiple data sets will be there. Na? Concept remains same. Applications will remain infinite. Okay? Newton's third law I will explain. But Newton's third law you can apply in the 100 cases. Right? Now, here, next question. How to divide the data set as train and split? Everything code will be available. Just very simple. For example, if you take one Excel sheet, some records are there. Take some records randomly. Choose the entire record. Record means row, not single value. Row. Row, separate. So one data set will be divided into two data sets. Shanti. Codes I will show you. In the further, once we move on, codes I will show you everything. Once I explain the entire theory, the practical application will be simple. Now, Roshan is asking the question, why 80 is to 20 only? Any specific reason? Miss, if you take the large amount of data, the more amount of data, if you train, what happens, miss? It is going to lead some kind of problem called as overfitting and underfitting, which we are going to discuss next concept. That is only next one. So next heading is okay. Next heading is underfitting and overfitting. Take the heading called as underfitting and overfitting. Now again, I'm using one more PPT. As I've told you now, what are the PPTs I'm using? Every PPT will be shared to you. Yeah. Why we can't take 50-50 or something? The ratio why it is 80 is to 20, I will explain here. Once this is completed, I will explain. Okay, there is a connection with this concept. Okay, there is a connection. First, let me complete this concept. Automatically, you'll understand. Otherwise, I'll explain one more time. Okay, done. Now, here, bias variance trade-off. What is meant by bias variance trade-off? Means bias means train error. Train error. So train error means the error which you have calculated on the train data. the error calculated on the train data. Okay, error calculated on the train data, we call it as train error. Error calculated on the test data. Error means RMSE. What are the RMSE you are going to calculate? Okay, train error. Train error means the error what you calculated on the train data. That is nothing but RMSE. RMSE calculated on the train data. Okay, next. So as we required the train error, low bias. Bias should be low. Means low train error should be there. Low bias means low train error. Error is low means accuracy is high. Low error, the other name of low error is called as high accuracy. Okay. Low error, a combination of low error. Train keep as it is common, keep the train as common. Low error, what is low error is called as high accuracy. Accuracy word we are going to use in the classification project. Error word we are going to use in the regression projects. Okay. Now, so here low bias, we require the low bias. High bias means high train error. Means error is high. On the train data, error is high, which is a problem, which should not be there generally. This is good. So low train error should be there. For the given train data, error should be low. Means whatever was discussed in the class and the doubt should be very number of less. Doubts are less means concepts are very more clear. That is the meaning basically. Right? Now, second, at the same time, coming to the variance. Variance is called as test error. Okay, error means don't fix error. RMSE. Error means RMSE. Means overall, what are the finally you are going to calculate that one. That is nothing but RMSE. Okay, is the point is clear, guys? Now, just give me a minute. And here, at the same time, we require the low variance. So tested also we require low only. So low variance, low bias. Okay. Now, so this a good model should consist of low train error at the same time low test error. That is called as good model. Or high train accuracy, test accuracy, high test accuracy. Okay. Keep the train word common. Low error is called as high accuracy. So this is for regression projects. So I'm going to write clearly. This is for regression projects. For regression projects. Okay. And for classification projects, what we require? High train accuracy and high test accuracy. This is for classification projects. So second type of projects what we have discussed in the initial class, classification. So classification projects, for classification projects, accuracy. So low bias, low variance. Okay, we require the low bias with low variance. Okay, so good model is called as a low bias with low variance is called as good model. Okay, so train accuracy should be close to the test accuracy with a range of plus or minus 5%. Not exactly the same. With a range of plus or minus 5%. Within the range of plus or minus 5. So what are the error you are going to get? Train error and test error. Both should be almost same. With a plus or minus 5%. Okay. With plus or minus 5%, both should be the same. Then it is called as good model. Now, second one is called as high variance, low bias. High variance, low bias. Nazir, how come negative? Error cannot be negative. Plus or minus difference. The difference between them means, for example, train you have got like this. Train accuracy you got 70%. Test error 71%. 71% means not exactly same, right? 70, 71. Both are same or not same is within a range of plus or minus 5%, I'm saying. Point is clear. For example, this you have got 69. This you got 65. The difference between them. The difference between them should be within the plus or minus 5. Okay, got it right? Done. Now, overfitting means high variance with low bias. So, high variance models are called as overfitting problem. They are called as high variance models. The another name of overfitting is called as high variance. Okay, in which case the train accuracy will be greater than test. Means training will be very good. This is the problem with most of the students. Most of the students, most of the models, most of the things. Training will be good. Means in the class whatever is explaining, it is very clear. But after the class when we train, that is only problems will come. So train accuracy is greater than. Means in the train everything is clear. Train accuracy is greater than test accuracy. Or train error is lower than test error. Okay. Error means opposite to that. Accuracy opposite word is error. So train error is less than means error. Whatever the error in the train is very less when compared to test. Then it is called as high variance with low bias model, which is called as overfitting problem. And opposite to this is high bias. Okay. So overfitting problem is called as high variance problem. High variance. And underfitting is called as high bias. High bias models are called as underfitting problem. High bias models. Models means algorithms. The algorithms whichever gives the equations which gives the high bias or high variance. Is that clear, everyone? So test accuracy is greater than train accuracy. Or test error is accuracy wise if you are seeing miss for classification projects. For regression projects, okay, I'll write for the regression projects like this. Just a minute. So for regression projects, okay, train error. What are the train error is there? The train error is less than test error. Then it is called as overfitting problem. Okay, overfitting problem. Similarly, when it comes to this one, okay, this one is nothing but your test error. What are the test error or train error? Your train error means training is not good. Training only not clear, but after the training, testing is good. This is called as underfitting problem. Train should be there. At the same time, test also should be there. I require the both of them. Either one of them is not good. Both of them. I want the students who will perform very well in the class and give the correct answers in the chat box during the class. At the same time, I want the student who is performing after the class, both. Sir, I will not attend your class. I will not give one answer also in the chat box. But after the class, I will do everything on my own, miss. For me, I will consider you are not as an active student for me. For me. So I want the students who are active in the class at the same time who are able to perform after the class. Any one is very good also, I don't want. So in this class, only few members are giving for me the reply in the chat box. Not every student is giving, right? I know who are the students and what are the names and everything. Okay. But at the same time, some students will not give anything in the chat box, reply for any question. What are the question I ask? Never they'll give the reply. For one also, they'll not type in the answer due to their laziness or due to their inactiveness or due to that, sir, what will do, sir? Hey, this is nothing. Sir is asking very Lilliput questions for us. They'll feel like this, maybe. Okay. For me, absolutely not a problem. When the problem will come, when you are going to ask in the future reference for me, right? In the future, whenever you ask me any reference or something, job or something, then I will also act in the same way. You will ask something, but I will keep quiet myself. When I am asking questions, you are quiet, right? When you are asking questions, I will also be quiet. Anything wrong in that? Nothing wrong, na? For example, if you are not asking, for me also not a problem. But if you ask me, sir, this one, sir, that one, sir, miss, when I have asked the questions in the chat box, you have not replied, right? Absolutely. Newton's third law. Perfect. Why you have not answered? You are having some reason with you. Why I'm not answering, miss? I'm also having my reason with me. Same problem. When you are doing correct, what I am doing, miss? Same thing, right? So the students who are not replying for me in the chat box by listening to my question, you are listening or not listening, miss? You are listening, but you are not interested to give the answer. Similarly, tomorrow you will also ask me the question. I will also not interested to give the answer. Points are very simple, right? So when I will give the answers, miss, you have paid the course fees. You are having all the right to ask, but you have paid the course fees only for the course. You are having the questions to ask only to the subject point. But after once our batch was completed, asking the reference is purely my personal choice, right? That is not part of the course fees now. Course fees is for the course. Ask subject questions. I will do anything. You are having the each and every right. You have paid the course fees, so you are having the each and every right to ask. I will ask, answer. 100% I will answer. But if you are asking additional out of something, then in that case, so here the point is very simple, guys. Okay, we require both of them. I don't want only your train accuracy. I don't want only your test accuracy. I want both of them. Right? I don't want only simply to explain the subject and something. I want you make you as a professional also. That is both I require. I don't want the students blindly to write the programs. I want the professionals. I want to make my students as a professional level. Blindly explaining the concept and making the student to write the code, that one, this one, not only the subject. Point is clear? Done. So this is the train test split, and everyone understood what is overfitting and under this one. Yeah, yeah, Ganesh. Could you, Ganesh, whatever you have told is correct. We are wasting some kind of additional time on the philosophy or something. Could you calculate from the day one to till today total how many hours we have spent? Are you having the recordings with you, or should I share the recordings? Can you calculate total number of minutes? How much time we have used for that, and how much time we are using for this? Can you tell me the percentage wise? If you're interested, or should I calculate that one also and should I show that one also in the class? That is fine for me. With the proof, I'll show you how much time we are doing on that. Right? Point is very simple, Ganesh. My intention is I want my students to make the professionals and to get the jobs at the earliest. If I take extra like this and if I explain the reality and if I say something also at the end, that is going to get benefit for the students only. For me, I will not get anything else. Okay. In the market, we require the students who are having the both of them, neither underfitting, neither overfitting, who are giving the both the ways. So that is more important for us. Right, guys? Done. So this is overfitting and underfitting problem. Now let us move on to the next topic. What is the next topic for us? The next topic is related to, so train test split, overfitting and underfitting, everything is clear. Now let us move on to the next. Third one is called as regularization. As I've told you today, I will complete the 3 topics and next one is regularization. Now in the regularization, okay, next class. Yeah. How many of you want the next class? I mean, you want me to stop? Okay, guys. Okay. Understood. Okay. Now, if I complete the regularization, the complete regression will be completed. So, okay, let's do one thing. Some of the students are asking to continue. Some of the students are saying no to and something because the flow we cannot miss. So what I'm going to do is on Monday, let us have the same way. Okay. Today, whatever we have done on this Monday, that is on 26th Jan. Okay. Let us complete the same machine learning. Let us complete this topic because this topic we cannot postpone till the next week. So on Monday, 6 p.m. Again 6 p.m. only. Same 6 p.m. We'll complete the regularization and we'll complete the entire regression with this. The theory part of the regression has to be completed. So regression, we'll continue with the regression and that is regularization, and regression will be completed on the Monday at 6 p.m. again. Like today's whatever we are having a day schedule, same thing. I want everyone to attend this class. Instead of regular class, we'll have this class on Monday. Instead of our regular class, Monday is Republic Day. It is not a holiday. We'll have the class. Same Monday. Monday is not holiday. Okay. Instead of our regular class, we'll have this. Everyone. Same meeting link. Use the same meeting link. What are the meeting link you are using here? Same. And this is special class, right? So I will share the recording. I will share the recording for you free of cost. This is extra special class by me. So I'll share the recording in Google Classroom. After the class was completed, I'll share the recording. Right? Done? Duration is same. Class timing is same. As it is. Saturdays, whatever we are having. Okay, all the 3 batches. Again, all 3 batches, that is morning 7:30 a.m. batch, 6 p.m. batch, whatever we are having 6 p.m. and also 7:30 p.m. 3 batches, all the 3 batch students, instead of our regular class, we have ML class. at 6 p.m. 6 to 8 or 8:30. Regression will take additional 2 hours. 6 to 8. Okay, done with the same link. It will not work for USA guys since it is a working day. Oh, no morning class on Monday, right? No. Somu, instead of that, we'll have this. Rohit, Rohit, yeah. Is that fine if I share the recording for you? Is that okay or no for USA students? Right? If I share the recording from my end at free of cost, is that fine, right? Yeah, Banu Kiran, is that fine? Banu, we can attend, but you can keep it 1 hour. Sure. 1 hour is not possible. At least 1.5 hour. Ravi, I will share the recording. I will share the recording. You can go through, and I will take specially for you guys some extra like doubts clearance session backup. One extra class also. Right? After once you go through the recording, for example, still if you are having the doubts, I will take extra time for you. Done? Yeah. Everyone is okay now? Fine. Done. Perfect. Done, guys. Thank you. Thank you all. Yeah. Yeah, Shashi, you can ask your question now. Yeah, Shashi. Sorry, Sai Kiran. Sorry, my mistake. Sai Kiran. Please ask. Yeah, Arun, I'm going to upload the notes right now. Just to give me 1 or 2 minutes. Right now itself, I'm going to upload. Within the machine learning folder, it will be available. Just I'm uploading the notes. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah, Sai Kiran, just to give me 2 minutes. Just I'm uploading the notes. Whatever I have discussed today in the Google Drive. Yeah, I have uploaded the notes. Open the notes, please. Train test split notes is there. Test bias variance trade-off and nonlinear regression notes. Everything is available. All the PPTs are uploaded. Yeah, done. Yeah, Sai Kiran. Just a minute. Yeah, Sai Kiran, I have given you the option to unmute.
Hi Shiva.
Yes.
Yeah, actually I opted for this course in month of October
Okay.
2025, but due to some project meeting conflicts, I was not able to join this course. And I asked Arif when I asked Arif, he told I can attend the upcoming course of yours. So just I would like to know when is your upcoming course?
That is also by Arif only because as of now there is no plan for upcoming course and present ongoing 7:30 batch has to be completed first. After that only new batch plan.
Okay, any approximate
Uh,
time, like they gave me timeline like 6 months. If
yeah,
it is in October, it is almost like four and it's
yeah.
5 months is completed. So
Most
that's
probably in
the
the next
worry
month, in the February, you'll have.
in February.
Yes.
Okay.
But first, my 7:30 batch has to be completed. My 7:30 p.m. batch.
Uh, so I have a question here.
Mm.
So if this batch extends, if it extends the February month, would I get a chance to join in the upcoming course of yours? Because this 6 months period completes means there will be
You're asking the ongoing batch, huh? Ongoing batch of 6 p.m. batch.
no, not ongoing batch, the upcoming batch.
Okay. Coming to the upcoming batch, never the
Yeah.
upcoming batches will be decided by me. Point number one. Okay.
Okay.
Point number two is what are the present ongoing batch is there? 7:30 p.m. is my latest Gen AI batch. First, I have to complete the course of Gen AI and of 7:30 p.m. batch with the complete syllabus. So I cannot give the time frame line. If I fix myself exactly this date means then I have to hurry or something for the 7:30 p.m. batch, which I'm not interested to do. So generally what I do is I will take the till the last date and I will clear all the topics and all the concepts and all the projects. And if they are having any kind of questions or something, and once they are completely satisfied of 7:30, then I will close the batch. Then I will allot the same time for the new batch.
Okay.
Till that, I will
Any
not allot the any time
No,
for
no,
the
I'm
new
not
batch.
asking for the exact same timing of the batch. Any other batch is also fine for me. Any new upcoming start. Or else, if this 7:30 batch, when is it going to be completed? Like any approximate time, like
Yeah,
February or
it is going
March,
to
like that.
be February second week by end of Feb.
February second week.
Yes,
Okay, okay, sure then. Yeah.
perfect. Done.
Okay, I will be in touch with Arif then. Yeah, thank you so
Done.
much.
Yeah. Arun, sir, it is uploaded notes for all batches, sir. Okay, okay. Sir, please upload notes for. Okay, just to give me a minute. Let me cross check. Yeah, understood. Then 7:30 a.m. and also this one, right? Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Yes, just give me a minute, guys. I'm just doing the same thing. In one of the batch I have uploaded. Just give me 1 or 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Now 7:30 a.m. batch. You can check the notes I have uploaded in your notes. I mean, sorry, in your drive. Yeah, done. It was completed. Okay, done, guys. Yeah, I have uploaded. Cross check once for every batch. Yeah. Sharma, I have uploaded. Could you cross check now?